Hello everybody, I'm Linda, the old bird. Oh, I'm so glad to be here today. Do you see the junk behind me? Yeah, you do. Wait a minute, I'm defeating the purpose of buying this beautiful thing here. One moment, please. Ah, there we go. It's been one of those days. How is it going with you? Let me tell you, my husband is hanging in there. Today he wanted to spend a little time with his cousin. He was able to go after a fall yesterday. He was able to go early this morning, and I was able, with this new technology, to talk with him. Yes, it's so amazing. He can put the telephone into the car. It connects to the car. I think they say Bluetooth. I don't know. And he doesn't have to touch it or hold it or anything. It comes right on and we are able to talk. So he's gone right now. And let me tell you what the old bird is doing. Whoo! I need to do my hair. So I thought I would put on this wig. Well, I needed to bring some of my hair. It is so hot that my hair is perspiring. But I'm ready to go. I got Mama's fan, just turned up the air conditioning. Now, how is it with you? How is your day going? I'm doing laundry. Just burned me some breakfast and lunch all in one. Running a little behind schedule. So you know what all of this hecticness means? Time to quilt. I'm so excited. Now look, this is the very first thing that we're going to learn is about needles. We're going to have needles to quilt. Now, I have many packages here to share with you. So, let me see what's best. It may be best to tilt the camera down and you can be right on my new workspace. I'm enjoying it, by the way. So let's see if I can. There we go. I can tilt it down. Yes, that's it. I have a lot of needles. Let me tell you the difference. Now, this is what I've learned. These are for hand quilting to construct our quilt block. And you have many different brands. I don't think it matters what brand you choose, but I'm gonna tell you what does matter. What does matter 100% is that the needles are sharp. They have got to be sharp and pierce through the fabric easily. Now, I don't know how you can tell that until you buy the needles. They don't have the needles where you can pierce it through a piece of fabric and test the needles. They don't have test needles. Why? I have no idea. Because it's just like purchasing a fragrance. You need to test the needles, and you end up buying packages after package after pack because you don't know which ones are sharp. And I can't tell you. You have to test them out. Now, this brand, Clover, I bought this because they said it was sharp. Now, I have 3 different needles in here. Which one is the Clover? I don't know. But I used all of these in quilting in the past, and they were sharp. So the reason that I have them in this clover package is because they have to be clovers. That's just the way that I store my needles. I try to put the brand in a brand package. Now these Joanne sell this brand. It's the same brand as this. And you see it says Quilting Needles. Now, one problem that I have is with the eye of the needle. You see the eyes on the needles? I tend to like a short, sharp needle with a very small eye, so that I won't leave holes in my fabric as I'm quilting. But now this leads to a problem. If the eye is too small, the thread won't fit easily. And we're going to talk about needle threaders. I'm going to order the one that I've been wanting for a long time and see if it really works. But take that in consideration when you're buying your needles. You can, I couldn't find them today, but you can get quilting needles that have a larger eye. They're called big eye quilting needles. Now the eye is not huge, but it's a little bit larger. I don't know if you can see this one. Let me hold it up and maybe you can. You see how very tiny the eye is on that one? In compared to these, this one's eye is very, very, very small. Then you have packages that have a lot of them in there. Sometimes the first needle that you try is not sharp, but in the package it may be more that's a little bit sharper. So that's why I'm showing you this one. Now this says Milliner needles. Don't ask me what's the difference between a Milliner needle and a quilting needle, but these are longer. And when you are doing the actual quilting, after we make our piece blocks, which is what this group is for, to make the blocks. I'll also share with you briefly how to put the block and actually do some hand quilting. We're going to do some hand quilting, but not on blocks, but until the very end of the quilting, when we learn how to quilt. But these are longer, and I tend to like those. Now, if you like a longer needle, or if you don't think you'll be using a thimble, the longer needles are the best. Now, like I said, I don't know the difference between Milliner and quilting needles. These say quilting. I just bought these. I called the company, and I'll get their catalog in a minute. I called this company, and the lady on the telephone was absolutely amazing. And I told her I needed sharp quilting needles. I'm fed up with buying needles that are simply not sharp. She promised me that these would be sharp. Now, I told her that I would be using them for quilting, and they say Milliners as well. This one, this package, is a size 7. This package says size 1 through 5. You see, this has multiple sizes in the package. So that may be a good choice for beginning. You'll have several different sizes, and you can see which length is best for you when you're quilting, when you're sewing, and you'll just have a variety and won't have to keep purchasing a lot of needles. Now, like I said, the lady on the telephone, I've not used them. They're brand new. This is the way they arrived. She said this brand was known to have sharp needles. And then this is the third package. This is a size 5. Now, here's what I learned. While we were on the phone, I said, I like a size, different sizes. So I said, give me a 7 and give me a 5. Now, I don't see, I'm going to turn it away from you. I don't see a lot of difference. But let me tell you what the difference is. And I thought it was the opposite. The 7 is shorter than the 5. I don't like using a long needle in constructing a quilt block. She said they were sharp, so I'm going to give them a try. As you see, with my needles, I like short needles in constructing quilt blocks, but we're going to give them a try. But that's what I learned. When you are purchasing needles and they say the sizes, look at there. It's just not much difference. I couldn't believe it. I said, did I order the same thing? And the 5 is longer than the 7. You see it? Let me see if I put it like this. You see? It's a hair longer than the 7. So I guess I need like a 10. They are not very expensive. They are not. Now, let me move these out of the way. That's for hand quilting. If you have a sewing machine and you think you might want to give it a try in constructing your block by machine, what you need is a package of needles. Now, they told me that shops are a good brand, a good needle for general quilting, quilt block construction. I don't know. I use them frequently in just anything. So you need a package. The reason you need a package is, you know, they say that every time you sew, you should change your needle. That means that you are assured that when you sew today, that needle is sharp. Change it. If you sew tonight, that needle is sharp. Just put it back in the package and rotate until they start getting dull. Don't throw it away. So you're going to need a package of sewing machine needles for sewing. And if you go to a fabric place and you talk to them, just let them know you'll be using cotton or fabric to construct quilt patterns, to construct a quilt block. This is not for quilting on the machine. This is just for constructing the block. So get you a package of needles. Now let me kind of help you in this area. I'm going to turn the telephone back up to me. Hi, Brenda. Thank you for joining me. I hope I'm explaining this well, and I hope you are learning. We're going to do this together, girl, and enjoy doing it. Now let me show you. One of the members of our group owns a textile company. It's just that her fabrics are not, she said they're not thin enough for quilting. And we're going to be constructing quilt blocks from pieces. You call that piece quilting. And we're going to be making quilt blocks. Now let me show you. She recommended this company to me. Let me back up. To get my needles and thread and things from. I love it. This is the name of the company. Don't ask me to pronounce it, but write it down. Because they have a website, but most importantly, I'm going to give it to you. They have a live lady that will talk with you. Yes! Yes! That's the best thing about it. She told me that her husband quilts, and he gets his needles and things from here, and he doesn't get his things from our regular craft stores. And I love it because not knowing how to quilt, I learned so much from the lady on the telephone. Now let me show you. Here's the number. That's the telephone number. I'll repeat it so you can get it. The telephone number is 1-800-654-2235. 1-800-654-2235. And this is their website, which is their name.com. Now let me turn it back around. That's their name.com. And the needles that I purchased from them, I'm going to call them and tell the lady to send me some shorter ones. These needles are $2 or $3, something like that. And I got, I didn't put it up here, but I also bought a new thimble. We're going to talk about thimbles next. And I also bought some pins for quilting from the company. They have good prices. Let me open them. And the lady was amazing. She didn't laugh at me at all. These are my quilting pins. You see how long they are? And they have this little tip on them. And you see, once we cut out the pieces for our blocks, we're going to hold them together with pins. And they came in this little package. Now listen, if you are a crafter and you already have pins, you already have needles for your sewing machine, you already have needles that you use for hand stitching, don't go out and purchase something else. Use what you have, because there are going to be things that you're going to have to purchase that you may not have, and you'll have money for that. But keep this company in mind. Call them, order the catalog. Call them, order the catalog. It stays on my desk. I'm going to order, like I said, I'm going to order some shorter needles. And let me tell you what they have. They have starch, Niagara starch, as well as they have the magic sizing for like $16, I think, for 12. For 12. Yes. You'll need it later. I hope you have learned something from this. I hope this has helped you. We're going to need needles. And this is a good start. If you already have some, don't go out and purchase any. But needles are very inexpensive if they are not sharp and you want to get some new ones. You want to try this company out. Wait until we go through all of the list, and then when you call, you can place one order. So today was needles. We did hand sewing needles and we did sewing machine needles. I'm gonna try to construct the block both ways live so we can learn how to do it. And please share the group with somebody else. Invite your friends. If I'm not mistaken, you can put their names in the group and tell them that you put them in the group, or take the link above, copy it, and send them the link and tell them, join the group. We are beginners. We're starting from the basic. Thank you so much for joining me. Now look, I'll be back tomorrow, and we're going to talk about thread. Have a blessed day. Because you know, for the best, especially when you're talking quilts, it's just gotta be handmade. Have a blessed day.